हाँ तो भाई फाइनली आ गया Nord 6 का छोटा भाई. This is the OnePlus Nord CE 6 and this could be a better option for those who found the Nord 6 a bit pricey. But honestly, phone prices have gone up across categories, so that can't really be helped. Chalo, straight into the unboxing. You get that typical Nord blue and black packaging, clean, familiar, nothing crazy. Open the main box and right on top you're greeted with a smaller box. Inside that, you've got your paperwork and a blue silicone case. And honestly, this one actually feels pretty nice, not the flimsy throwaway kind. Then you've got the phone itself all wrapped up. I'll just keep this to the side for a second, we'll come back to it. Underneath, you get the 80-watt SuperVOOC fast charger, along with the classic red USB Type-A to Type-C cable. And then this cute little SIM ejected tool with a happy face on it. Now, let's actually look at the phone, but before we get into that, just do me a small favor, hit that subscribe button because it really helps us out. Okay, design first, and this is where it feels very familiar. The Nord CE 6 looks quite like the latest OnePlus phones with that small and minimalist camera deco. In fact, it feels even more stripped back here. The camera island looks cleaner, more sleek, and it even seems to have a slight textured finish, which adds a bit of character without making it look busy. You've got two rear camera sensors and an LED flash sitting on the side, and the overall layout is very simple. No oversized modules, no unnecessary elements. The colors this time are fresh blue, lunar pearl, and pitch black. I have the blue variant here, and it's actually a very light blue. At times it almost looks silverish depending on the lighting. There is some weight to it, which makes sense because this is packing an 8000 mAh battery. But despite that, it still manages to feel relatively slim and doesn't come across as bulky. The weight is distributed well, so it doesn't feel top heavy, and the slightly curved edges make it comfortable to hold for longer periods. It's not a design that immediately stands out, but it also doesn't feel awkward or poorly done. For durability, you are getting IP66, IP68, IP69 and IP69K ratings along with military standard 810H certification. So on paper, it's built to handle more than just everyday splashes or dust. And you also get dual stereo speakers with support for up to 300% ultra volume output. Flip it to the front and the display is clearly one of the main highlights. You're getting a 1.5K panel with a 144Hz refresh rate. That's higher than what you usually see in this segment. It also supports up to 144 FPS gaming in select titles, so it's clearly leaning towards smoother performance, at least on paper. You've got slim bezels and centered punch-hole camera. That front camera is 32 megapixels and comes with autofocus, which again isn't something you always see here. On the back, the main camera is a 50 megapixel sensor with dual-axis OIS. Both the front and rear camera support 4K video recording, which is useful if you switch between cameras while shooting. Inside, it's powered by the Snapdragon 7 Gen 4 chipset. Now, we have actually seen this chipset on phones like the Nothing Phone 4a and the Infinix Note 60 Pro. Based on that, it should be able to handle everyday multitasking and even gaming without any real issues. There's also a dedicated touch reflex chip here, pushing touch sampling up to 30,000 Hz. That's more noticeable when you're gaming or doing fast interactions, less so in everyday use. Software-wise, this runs OxygenOS 16 based on Android 16. You get a bunch of AI features like AI Eraser, AI Unblur, AI Reflection Eraser, etc. There's also Circle to Search and Gemini Live included. Battery is actually one of the more interesting bits. This comes with an 8000 mAh battery. Now yes, the Nord 6 does get a bigger 9000 mAh battery, so this is a bit less than that. But realistically, I don't think most people are going to complain. With this kind of capacity, this should easily be a 2-day phone with moderate usage. Along with that, you get a wired fast charging and 27-watt reverse charging, so you can use it to charge other devices as well. That's pretty much everything that's been revealed so far. The Nord CE 6 is launching in India on May 7 at 12 PM, and that's when we'll know the pricing and availability. As for pricing, just to give you some context, the Nord CE 5 was launched in India at 24,999 for the base variant. Now with the recent price hikes across smartphones, especially because of memory costs, it's likely that this one could go up a bit. But overall, this should still land somewhere in the sub 30,000 rupees category. For now, this is your unboxing and first look. Full details once the embargo lifts. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.